Hi there, my name is Joel Daly. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Hosting.com, and I'd like to welcome you to our virtual tour of our Denver data center. Before we go inside, I want to give you a little history behind the location and the site and why we selected it. Whenever building a data center and selecting a location for where you're going to build that data center, there's multiple criteria that's very important. But the most important ones are power, network, structural integrity, and also the location itself. The facility itself has a rich history, being originally a Model T manufacturing plant. And since it was a Model T manufacturing plant, it brings a lot of good characteristics. First and foremost is the amount of power that comes into the facility, which is probably the most important criteria whenever building and selecting a location from a data center perspective. It has around 14 megawatts of power coming into the building, which makes it one of the highest power density locations in the metropolitan area. In addition, in terms of being a manufacturing location, it's got great structural integrity, which is very important because we host a lot of equipment within the facility. Its location is in central Denver, which is ideal both from a customer perspective and an employee perspective. Now, in terms of the leadership here, each one of our facilities is run by a general manager. And at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Mike Fontaine, the general manager of Denver.
Hi, welcome to Hosting.com. I'm here to give you your data center tour. You do have 24/7, 365 access to this facility. We ask that during business hours you come in and Jenny will be here and you sign in on our electronic keypad. If it's after hours, there's a phone out front that you can pick up and the knock technicians will come out and escort you in. Next we'll go into the actual data center. You'll pick up the phone here for entrance into the knock area. Once you enter the man trap, you'll exchange a government issued ID for your customer badge, which we will maintain for you. The facility here is staffed 24/7 with knock technicians. They are protected behind bulletproof glass. So once you have your customer badge, you'll scan it and then it'll look at your handprint to verify that you are indeed who you say you are and that you do have access and permission into the facility. So the data center is state-of-the-art and is designed to support mission-critical applications. We have a number of measures in place to make sure that everything's completely redundant and secure. So first of all, we have 30-ton crack units around the perimeter of the facility to facilitate cooling. This facility can handle 200 watts per square foot of cooling capacity, and we can flex beyond that to 400 watts a square foot. You can see from the massive columns that the structural loading in this building is off the charts. There's no water overhead. It's got a poured concrete roof. There's fire and smoke detectors in the ceiling and also underneath the raised floor. From a layout perspective, we have custom customer cages here. We also do cabinets for co-location. We have a number of cloud and managed services as well that are in the northwest area of the data center. This is the MDF, which is really the heart of the data center. This is where all the network comes in and comes through redundant switches, and we distribute that out to customer equipment. So we have 3 separate fiber providers with 3 separate entrances into the building right now. That's EXO, Time Warner, and Quest. They come in those conduits. Every provider is in a separate conduit and comes in a separate entrance of the building. We travel that conduit and are all terminated here and go through our core distribution switches, as I mentioned, out to the customer cabinets. These are our 30-ton crack units that supply cooling underneath the floor. This orange pipe here is our VESDA system. That stands for Very Early Smoke Detection Apparatus. So it's designed to give us an early indication of any type of smoke. The idea is to, if there ever was anything smoldering, that we would catch that well before it became a fire. So should a customer want to drop ship equipment here, we can receive it and store it securely in one of our cages here. We also have 5,000 square feet of storage space in the basement level. We bring in high voltage from the utility company, so it comes in at 13,200 volts into the facility, and this is our own private feed from 2 separate substations. You saw where the power comes in from the utility company. In the event of a utility failure, the purpose of the UPS and the associated battery string is to carry the load until the generators get up to speed, and that normally takes about 7 seconds. We're on the roof now, and these are our generators. We have 4 Generac generators. In aggregate, they can supply 2 megawatts of emergency backup power in the event that we lose commercial power. So we try and be environmentally friendly with our data center build here in Denver. We went with an all-white membrane, which is kind of the green thing to do these days. White membrane will reflect the heat rather than absorb the heat and saves energy. We also elected to repurpose an existing building as opposed to build a brand new one. These are our chillers. These are dedicated to the facility. Everything we do with the data center, we do with N+1 redundancy. If one chiller were to fail for some reason, we always have a backup one. As we expand the data center and need more cooling capacity, we will just continue to add these in pairs.
Thank you for joining us on our virtual tour of the Denver Data Center. For more information, please visit us at www.hosting.com, call us at 877-338-1910, or find us on Twitter at hosting.com.